This show just keeps getting better and better.
NERDSoul.
Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people, today? Oh yeah, we coming with another wonderful episode of, that's right, On Screen. We're gonna be talking about Black Lightning, but we're also gonna put a little bit of dropping jewels in. So Black Lightning is picking up on this second episode with some heat. I gotta give a straight shout out to the soundtrack of this show. They are making sure that you know, whether in look or feel or tone, or especially the score and the music that drives this story, that this is definitely a Black show. Like there is no kind of like wonder or any guessing work done. Like this show, it just feels right. It doesn't feel like it's a show about Black people with no other, no other themes or no other songs or no other like moments or atmospheric tones in it. It's definitely something that feels honest about this. And that's what I like most about this show. This is what gravitates, that's how I gravitate to the show, is because I'm like, I see these people having real honest interactions with each other. The music grabs me in, but then their acting, their emotion, their interpersonal relationships drives it home. And I just got to give a shout out to this, because I was worried for a second, like, will the first episode be real dope and then the second episode start to fall? But nah, I think Black Lightning is here to stay. So since we're getting into this, we're basically coming straight off the first episode. There's no time jump at all, but you do get to see Jefferson Pierce in his role as principal, trying to be as powerful, be as moving, be as impactful as he is as Black Lightning. And when he gets to a certain point, whether it's good or bad, people are going to push back because they're tired of being in the situation they're in. The 100 gang has been doing this for a very long time, and people are tired of being scared. And these are just regular, everyday folk. And you got the police officer there. He ain't got no answers. The principal ain't got no answers. Ain't nobody got no answers, but their children are walking in a war zone. So, the people have to turn to someone. That someone used to be Black Lightning, but now they feel like they've been left all alone. And that's when we meet Lawanda, and her character kind of embodies kind of like the everyday woman that's, kind of like pushing forward, trying to mind her business, trying to live her life, but she's wrapped up in this city that things are just going crazy. And she talks to Jefferson Pierce in the like, I guess the kind of like the meeting, and then they have a one-on-one as well. And she's just like, I want my daughter back. Like, you got your daughters back. Black Lightning saved your daughters. The other daughters are still there. And the sad thing is that regardless of the police, it's like, the hotel back open? Like, Freeland police is straight sleeping on the job, bruh. Like, what kind of police are y'all? Like, y'all closed the hotel. Y'all know what's going on at the hotel. Then y'all let them open the hotel back up? Like, who is running this show? But we know who's running the show. I'll talk about that in a second. But the police are just doing a horrible job in this city, and they need someone like Black Lightning yesterday. I also want to touch on the home life that, Jefferson Pierce is dealing with, because, he's struggling with kind of like, what's my responsibility now? And he has, his ex-wife back in the home, and it's nice to see kind of like that family vibe. And he wants her there, because he even remarks to the officer like, man, like, it's good to have her back. And one thing that I loved about this scene with Jefferson Pierce, his wife, both of them together, it's just nice to see. It's nice to see Lynn and Jefferson Pierce kind of like have that moment together, because we don't see Black love on screen like that anymore. And I'm not talking about, just a relationship where they're always fighting, they're always at odds, there's always some drama going on. They just truly care about each other and the kids. Now, there is this thing, of course, of Black Lightning between them, but the emotion, the heart is still there. And it was beautiful to see that moment of her just holding him and him being there and kind of just like falling into her arms. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I loved it. It was amazing. And another kudos to this show. Now I wanted to talk about one thread that goes through this show. There's two that kind of stuck out to me. One was talking about being like slaves in body and mind. And then we're talking about the young ladies that were at this hotel. And you also have the 100 working in that way with the young boy that goes and like shoots Jennifer at the front deck. And just the power that they have over these people, it's hard to break. You know, the police aren't breaking it, the parents aren't breaking it, the community's not breaking it. But you do have that situation where there's a crack somewhere. You know, something's about to happen between the regular people of Freeland and the people that are, you know, running the gangs, they're, you know, in the game. And I like to see how they're trying to fight against that on two fronts. The, you know, Black Lightning's fighting against it straight with the 100, just with his fist. And then you have him trying to fight against it, you know, in a more academic, in a more loving, in a more kind of like nurturing way with the children at school. And I like seeing that. This is a superhero show like we haven't seen in a while, because you have this family man who's trying to keep his family safe, trying to get his wife back, while also trying to shape the future by nurturing these children, by showing them love, by showing them protection, but also fighting the 100, of course, you know, with punches and kicks, because that's just an extra added dopeness for this show. But I think it's something that we don't usually get to see. It's got tons of layers, and this show is doing a great job of showing that. And I think when you get to the point of seeing how these people are controlled, how these people fall into line, it just shows that Black Lightning has a lot to do. Now, we're gonna get on to the action side in just a second, because you know I can't wait to get some fighting going on. But of course, first, before we get to all that lovely things, Cure Brand gonna help us pay them bills. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Check that link below for hats, shirts, hoodies, all that jazz. And once you find something you like, cop it. Now, real quick, I'm gonna just touch on this for a second. You know, this is a family show, but that scene with Anissa, was that approved? It was like 9 o'clock. I don't know what I'm saying. It was on 9 o'clock. It was a whole bunch of mahogany all on the screen. I'm just saying it was only 9 o'clock. Ain't this supposed to be a family show? They were showing more than a family show. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna leave it right there. Or y'all can jump down in the comments with me. But I'm just saying, you know, it's a family show. There was a whole bunch of just cocoa butter all over the screen. That's all I'm saying. Now, moving on, Lala is a very interesting character. And of course we lose him, but for him to go through what he went through with Tobias and being shot in the arm, dude still has a lot of clout, obviously. I mean, dude is still on the block. Everybody's listening to him. It seems like his position hasn't been diminished at all. Chases down his cousin, straight up executes him. And poor Will, man. Will been taking it since we first saw him. Will got pimp smacked by his cousin, got beat up by Jennifer, then got flipped and tossed by Anissa. Then in this episode got beat up, shot, and thrown in the dumpster. I mean, the brother's been having a hard time. Now I want to stop real quick and talk about the reasons for Black Lightning coming back. For a moment, I just wanted to touch on and ask you guys, do you think these are selfish reasons? Because they even remarked that, you know, Black Lightning came back and only saved his daughters when, you know, there were tons of other people's daughters in there. And even he made a remark that I'm going to be here until my daughters are safe. And then he deals with that a little bit later, talking about, you know, I need to do this because this is a gift given to me as a blessing from God. So did selfish reasons turn into more noble reasons? Or does it matter if it's selfish or not if he's still beating down the 100 and stopping them indefinitely? Like, what do you guys think about that? Because of course, that's something that I was wondering, like, is this selfish? Is it noble? Does it matter if it's selfish as long as he's stopping them? Like, you know, let me know those things, because I'm definitely riding with Black Lightning. You know, I got love for him, but I'm just saying, you know, it made me wonder about that. And then further on with Lynn, and I can't think of the guy's name at this time, but of course I'll flash it up on the screen right here. And oh boy, here we go. The discussion that they have about her saying that it's a disease or it's an addiction, and him saying that she is that addiction for Jefferson, and both of them on two different sides. I do like how they were able to, like, respectfully kind of like approach each other and discuss this, but still being firmly in their, you know, in their decisions. Like, hey, I think he should be out there fighting for this city, and her saying like, no, he needs to give this up. It doesn't matter. Even when she said in the past, like, yo, this is a gift. It's a blessing from God. And straight up, just like the show says, it's true. Like, if you're right there watching right now, if you have a gift that you know is a blessing from God, you need to be using that joint, man. Like, you need to be using it to better yourself and those around you. And that's what Black Lightning is doing, man. He is definitely trying to get back into the role of helping, because he knows that the way he's been doing it hasn't produced the results he wanted. Not saying that he is a failure as a principal at all. He's doing great with these children. You know, that's why they still come. That's why they still love that school. But unfortunately, sometimes you just gotta punch somebody in the face. Now, there's a couple of things I wanted to touch on. Like, of course, Anissa's starting to notice her power getting stronger, wondering what this is. We don't know if she's gonna keep it a secret long or not. Also, Lil Macaroni, what is it, Khalid or Khalil, whatever, with Jennifer, you know, getting his macaron up on the roof. But I did like the fact that, you know, hopefully he'll be an anchor for her. He'll be someone that could be a rock for her, because she's wilding right now. And she's dealing with a lot of things that are kind of like beyond her scope of kind of like, I guess, conceptualizing at this time. And she needs someone there for her. And I think she's feeling like she's just out there on her own, and she doesn't have the best friend to help her out. So I think Khalil's gonna be real good for her. Now, the time we've all been waiting for. Let's go on and talk about this scene at the hotel. Number one, doorman, stop snitching, all right? I don't care if you got a big time crime boss up in your building and he on the top floor, stop snitching. All right, look, I'm just playing. On the real, if you know somebody doing wrong and they killing people and stuff and shooting people in cold blood, of course tell on them, man. That's not snitching. Snitching is like if you telling somebody just to be telling. But if you telling people to save people's lives, that ain't snitching no more, all right? That's just proper reporting, okay? Now, I like how Black Lightning was like, oh, I don't want no elevator. Oh no, I'm taking this joint step by step. And he went up them steps straight wrecking shop. He was like, blah, down, clack, 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 and like chopping people, punching people. It was almost like, you know, with the hits, it was almost like Last Dragon when he got the glow, you know what I'm saying? Because we was hitting people and sparks was flying. So technically, Black Lightning got the glow, but he got the glow all the time. He don't got to like manifest it. And dude was punching people, kicking the spit out of people, throwing people down the steps, hitting people, breaking arms and all that stuff. But the illest part was those hard hits to Lala. You could tell there was some emotion in that joint, because there was a point where I was like, yo, is Black Lightning gonna kill him? Because I mean, Black Lightning is not against killing. I mean, dude used the dude as a human shield just last episode. So he ain't against killing people. So I'm just saying he might have punched that dude into oblivion. But it was nice to see the police come through and them see each other again. And him like, it was like, it's been a long time, Inspector, or whatever he said. And then that cool little parkour flip he did over the curb, like, I like that, because now he has literally said to the world in action that Black Lightning is back. That's it. I've made my decision. I'm in this. So guys, you know I am loving this show. This episode has been longer than most of my episodes, because you know I just cannot stop talking about Black Lightning. Holla at me. I'ma holla at you. Down in them comments, let's talk Black Lightning. I love the show. Let's get it going. But before I bounce, I got to tell you guys to hit up ThatNERDSoul.com. That's right. Check me out right there. All my videos from the oldest, newest, latest, greatest, and all that. Then hit up shop.thatnerdsoul.com and pick yourself up a t-shirt, player. And don't forget to get one for them players. Then come back here, like, comment, subscribe, and share that Nerd Soul. That's right. There is no better way that I can show people that you like what you are watching. So, LA, what up? VA, what up? RVA, you got my heart. And please be good to yourselves. Please be good to each other. And remember, just because you in jail don't mean you're safe. Peace.